Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a good week. I just wanted to get on today and share some thoughts about how good God was to me yesterday. Um, about how I'm never grateful enough or thankful enough for His mercy, His love, and His grace. So I woke up yesterday and I was just having one of them days that as soon as your eyes open, you wrestling with the devil. And I'm just going to be real with you because I feel like in order to encourage real people that's facing real problems, you have to be real yourself. So here goes. Uh, Anybody that knows I have problem with my ankles, my knees, and my hips. And the pain was very bad yesterday. So, of course, the devil gets in your head. They'll understand. They know what you're going through. They'll understand if you don't come. So I called my worship pastor, and man, I thank God for the example that he is. The whole drag yourself in here motto I got from him, because he was honest and transparent with me about how he feels some days. And man, Pastor Michael, I thank you for that. And so after talking with him, we decided that I was going to go last night and then rest my ankle tonight. So when I got there, the pain was still really, really bad. And here's where I want to thank God for a loving church family. People that see you and don't just ignore that you're struggling. They don't just ignore that you are having a bad day or you're having a bad moment. You matter to them, and I thank God for the Effingham Church of God church family. I want you to know that if you listen to this, I thank God for you. But there's two women I just have to point out this morning. Sister Kelly Norton and Tammy Kell. They noticed yesterday that Paul wasn't being Paul, and a lot of it was I was just so focused on being there and doing what God has called me to do that I wasn't allowing the Spirit of God to move freely in me, and they could see it before we ever started singing. And let me just say this. I thank God for people who still listen to God and obeys what He says. I thank God for people who still love you enough to say, hey, let me pray for you. Because they prayed for me before we started singing last night. And when they did, I felt the Spirit of the Lord move on me. And I was so frustrated and agitated. And I just felt the sweet Spirit of the Lord speak to me and say, why are you upset? Because I've told people all the time, I believe the simplest form of this Christian walk is God just wants you to try. He'll take care of the rest if you'll just try. So I just felt like in that moment that God was proud of my effort. Pastor David mentioned that early on in revival, that it don't have to be perfect. It don't have to be great. But if you give your effort, then God's pleased with that. So I meditated with God while they were praying for me. And I said, God, I'll give you what I have. Am I 100%? No. But I'll give you what I have. And man, the worship service was great. And when it was done, I had to come home and put my feet up and do pain management. Because God spoke to me and said, Paul, that's your normal. Everybody's normal ain't the same. And right now in this season, you have to manage pain. So that's what I did. But then I came home, and when the devil was trying to fight me, I heard the man of God, thank you, Bishop Brett Davis, saying that no matter where I am, God is with me. And Satan don't have no authority. That even when I'm at my lowest of lows, God is not at a disadvantage. I have the advantage because God is with me. So I'm just thankful for what God did for me yesterday. And I'll be back at Revival tonight. We had talked about me staying home, but, I can drag myself in there and then let God do what He do. And Pastor Michael, don't get mad at me for singing before I get there, trying to save my voice. But there's just this song in my heart, man. And I thank God for His love and His mercy. And whatever you're dealing with today, know this. Don't beat yourself up when you fall. Don't feel like you're not worthy when you may not be able to do it like somebody else does it, or your calling in the eyes of this world ain't as special, because everything God calls you to do is special. We have a king that's known by love. We have a king that's known by mercy. I want to encourage you to come to revival tonight if you don't have somewhere else to be. My king is known by mercy. My king is known by grace. And for the hope in his name and a power that saves, my king is known by the cross. And my king is known by the empty grave, and in all that he does, my king is known by love. He loves you today. I love you too, but he loves you so much more. Amen.